Discord. There we go. There we go. Some easy beats. Easy beats.
Beats all day. Just beats having fun, hanging out. Stuff. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Welcome to the I'm Muted.
You know what I mean? Welcome to the I'm Muted show, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody can hear Rad Condad. You couldn't hear me. But this is a good morning, afternoon, evening show, and welcome to
Here we are.
a beautiful Valentine's Day today,
Happy
February
Valentine's
14th.
Day, Joe.
Happy Valentine's Day, Conrad.
I
I don't know why,
forgot
but
about
when
that
you
this
said that,
morning.
it was kind of weird for me. It's kind of weird.
Well, I
for me.
mean, make it as weird as you need it to be, friend.
Make it is. You know what? It's not even weird. Best Friends Forever Club right here. Ladies and
There we
gentlemen,
go.
how's everybody doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, those of you joining in Korea right now. Those of you joining from Yakutsk region in Russia, good morning. Those of you joining from Kazakhstan, good morning. Now, let me just good morning, Iraq, Kuwait. Good morning to those people joining us from Greece today. It's probably afternoon for you by now. Not even, that doesn't make sense. It's more morning as we keep going over, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's good.
At least
It's
I would
still,
want it to be
yeah.
morning as
Yeah.
time moves on.
Yeah, the earth
My
turns the other
perspective on
way,
it, right?
Joe. You know what I mean? How's everybody
Right,
doing
right.
today? How's everybody doing in the chat today? Seeing a lot of lovely, familiar faces.
Oh, it looks like we
DJ
got
EJ.
another raid coming in through. There we go.
Ooh, okay. Hello,
Did
Raiders.
Did I get the POAP? I did not. Not so far. I haven't been on the Twitter today, unfortunately.
DJ EJ11 says, to those of you dying in the Met Olympics, good morning.
Oh, for real. You gotta love that.
Yes. There's
My
so much
sweater is
competition
dazzling.
going on. Hello from India. Look at that. I love it.
Yeah, there we go.
Uzbekistan.
We got it.
Here we are.
Good night from
Good
Belgium.
morning
I love
from
it.
Australia. That's right.
Got people from everywhere.
Thank you for raiding
love
Go
it.
West. Thank you for raiding
real,
us.
for real.
So we're chilling. Aloha from Hawaii. Canada. I love it. I love seeing you guys all over the world. Hey, we're talking about the Sandbox here on this live stream. If this is your first time joining us at the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show, what we do on this show is cover the news of the day, occasionally host some interviews for you here. We don't have one queued up for today. That's okay. I'm still reaching out to some people and trying to align some stars. We had some folks who I reached out to recently, and they said they would like to be on the show. But with full disclosure, I do not speak Chinese. And so we'll get ourselves a moderator for that particular show. And, you know, we'll hope everything goes well. Chat comes in, says, I support you a lot in Korea. I am your fan. Thank you. Appreciate it.
There we go.
We're a fan of you.
Gotta love it. For
We're
real.
a fan of you.
For
The
real.
Korean community makes some really, really great art. Them and the Japanese community, I think, to me, really stand out as like they make some of the most sophisticated character assets that I've seen in the Sandbox game. I love
Oh,
it.
100%. Right.
Electronics says, my wife speaks Chinese. I'll bring her. That's skill. That's skill right
Okay.
there. Like
More the
like
merrier.
always, Boise, Idaho's in the house. That's right. Boise, Idaho. So what are we talking about today? Well, first, while we discuss the news, if you would like to have your game played on this show today, to have your content reviewed or otherwise play tested, then we will do that. Just put it in the chat. Ideally, if you could, with the page that your content is on now, and then otherwise we will find it in the Game Maker. Inside the Sandbox Game Maker, you can be creating games right now that you can publish later in the metaverse when the full release goes live. we are just a couple of days away now from the announcement of Alpha Season 2. So those of us who are joining us that already know, we've been talking about some of the features, some of the updates, some of the things that lead up to Alpha Season 2 over the last week or so. And among those, we do get regular updates. Interesting note for this week. I have said it that we've been thereabouts. I got a confirmation that we have over 2 million registered accounts at Sandbox.game now, with over 2 million unique registered wallets.
Okay. That's a big
beautiful,
deal.
Beautiful stuff. Let's see here. Season 2 experiences, updates, vague as I can be. TSB experience, last feedback integration. GMF experiences are 100% done, tested, and ready to go. Partners experiences are 100% done and tested, and we're now working on publishing all assets. Can't announce who those partners are.
Okay. Vague. I love it.
There are some partners portals that will be featured in the alpha lobby that were not in the video that we showed the other day. I can't announce who they will be, but there's more than you saw in the 30-second clip that we broke down. Yep, and then we have some play tests and stress tests coming up this week. And the entire flow for the dashboard, which is the website updates, has been reviewed, and retakes or adjustments have been integrated. Then we got some localization tests. Translation is ETA on the 15th. And then the final PC and Mac builds for the game client are scheduled for this week, with a full game client test also scheduled this week. So if things go as expected, then we're just that close.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Julius wants to know, what are we stress testing for?
Oh, well, so
before.
Yeah, Chilios. So we stress test the client themselves internally. So once we finished a build, there's a lot of things that happen, right? There's a lot of changes. There's new content that's added. There's old content, and that gets scrapped, that sort of thing. So all those adjustments sometimes leave junk in the code, if that makes sense. And so you want to stress test every time. Obviously, you want to clean up the junk. You want to be more optimized. But if you see something, you're running in there, and if we could comfortably say, well, servers can support 50 people, whereas in season 1 they did 40, with everybody in their varied computer powers performing well, then you could say, cool, let's go for it. Let's raise the cap or the soft cap to 50 this time instead of 40 or what have you. I mentioned in the stream last time that we were stress testing 1,000 people on a server, and what does that mean? Yeah, so let's see here. Backspace asks, not sure if you found out on QN. Found out the question I asked on Saturday about the staking multiplier, which appears in new staking, but not on the LP one. Let me take a look. I don't know if anybody replied to that.
I don't think we got an affirmative on that one.
I have a secret.
You remember that?
We have a secret little chat. I got a little secret little chat. Yeah, I got lots of secret chats actually.
Do you have 1,000 tabs open at any given time?
I literally, yes, actually do. But then we also have a Slack, which is like a professional chat channel that staff get access to exclusively. And then even within those staff, you have to be put into the sub-channels of each category in order to, actually get your answers fixed or troubleshooting done, right?
Right.
So like, what day is this? Friday the 11th, I commented that the dichotomy forwarder doesn't get triggered and causes a Web3 error occasionally, right? And seen some responses to that because it was reported in this chat that they were having issues with that. And it was like, okay, well, if this is the specifics, let's get that fixed. So yeah, there's a lot of different stuff that goes into that. And so let me trying to find the staking multiplier.
Beansonly.com over here.
Beans only beans.com. But I don't see. I'll have to double check it after the show probably, because I'm trying to remember where I stuck that question. I have 15 channels on one tab and like another 8 on the second tab. Lots of stuff to go through before I would get that answer for you. So I apologize for not having that up front for you, but nonetheless.
I'll get it written down and see if we can't come back to that one.
G is Us says they're expanding their United Grand Hall of the Sandbox capacity after Joseph comment regarding 1,000 people in the server. I would say one thing to note, G is Us, is that currently you don't have collision with other users when you're inside the hub, right? So that's never been an issue. When we did test the capacity in the live on the alpha, if you were there and Conrad was there with us, everyone was just running a race. So we were actively running through each other, and it really didn't seem cluttered with the good, what was it, 100 plus people in there.
It got crammed real quick.
Yeah. Yes. But anyway, so let's talk about what's going on in the metaverse on this lovely Valentine's Day Monday. All right. Hopefully, for those of you in the United States, you didn't miss out on Valentine's Day because you were too busy watching the Super Bowl. Like me.
I mean,
what a jerk. No, but not really. Actually, it's funny. So I have like a weird thing with, well, I don't know if it's weird. Some people think that it's weird, but I very much am like, don't do almost all the holidays. Like, I just don't do that. I don't like people doing my birthday. I don't want any of that, like if it's special, it's because you thought about me and you didn't have to, right? So Brittany and I pretty much were just like, yeah, that's fine. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we're just going to do something in like a month. Anyway, so Shift Space Studio. I love going off on tangents for no reason, I guess.
I'm just going to let you do it,
metaverse. Brings out metaverse residences to the sandbox with Project Aurora. All right. And I'll read this one as a quote because I saw some commentary on Twitter that I found interesting. It says, the first real architecture project in the sandbox designed, planned, and executed by real architects. And, some people had umbrage with that. They were not too hyped to say like, oh, but to their credit, they got the architecture degrees. You know what I mean? They're bringing it in here, and these are stylish. So it says the goal is to bring contemporary and unique architecture to the Sandbox Metaverse with the launch of the first residence from Project Aurora. Shift Space is officially going live with their new studio in web and real world planning, creating, and designing avant-garde buildings. In total, 9 residences will be released with custom assets and contemporary architecture. First
I think a better way to look at it.
Yes.
A better way to look at it is it's just the first architecture company coming forward to put their name on the line to say, we believe in this. And that's the big deal that people aren't thinking about when they say first architecture, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's true. It's like, we can create amazing and really cool things in the sandbox, right? But an architect might come back and look at that building and go like if it's one giant room with not a single pillar or pylon in it, they may go, man, if they ever turn physics on in this game, everything would just fall in on itself, right? And I think to a certain extent, that's what you're looking at here. It's like, how far does a person push the envelope in the real world? And then can we translate that into the sandbox? What does it look like there? That sort of. So let's have a look. They got a little trailer here. I have not watched this yet. It says under the trailer, every single building is designed and sketched out by hand and then transformed into custom luxury architecture. Just a little minute-long trailer. Woo! Turn it down a little bit, even though it sounds great. Let's get this quality up, dog.
You gotta love the build-up music. Every review trailer ever has to have this exact tune. Look at that.
Making some hot dogs on the grill over there, dude.
I actually really like the little smoke effect. Okay.
Better jump in that pool. Damn right.
Oh, there we go. Now
Yeah,
this is what we came to the sandbox for.
Get the party on here.
Unlimited possibilities.
No physics. Who needs it, dude?
No
Who needs physics, dude? I'm gonna say that Soul Cancer on YouTube. I take offense to that comment that you made. Not really, but in a joking way. All right. Because Soul
maybe
Cancer,
it was just a reference. Maybe it was a reference to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe they were just cooking Snoop Dogs.
Soul Cancer over on YouTube.com says, "How's that nice? And they're cooking hot dogs." Let me tell you something, Soul Cancer. As a kid who grew up literally in the projects and now has a 6-figure portfolio, I'm eating ramen. All right, I'm eating hot dogs. I'm eating Kraft mac and cheese, but not the real mac and cheese. I'm eating the version that comes in the off-brand box that doesn't taste anything like the smell of cheese in another room. It's just butter and sadness. All right,
but you got to clarify. You're not eating that butter and sadness because you have to, right?
Exactly.
You're eating it because you want to.
Yes, because you get a taste for it. All right, you get a feel for it. You love
sadness.
Yeah,
sadness is your favorite flavor.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the flavor of listen. I mean, not to call out anybody in particular, but I was at the store and I was looking at the energy drinks and they had the Sour Patch Kids energy drink, and I was like, I'm gonna try this. I gotta try this, right? Because that's where I came from. You know what I mean? Like, that was a luxury to get a candy, to do whatever. So you never lose that, all right? If I had a multi-million-dollar mansion, I'm still making some hot dogs, all right? I might even do the sacrilegious thing and just make a hot dog in the microwave, because I don't have time for that, all right?
No, I'm with you. I just throw it in the air fryer nowadays.
There it is. Yeah, air fryer. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Panyalonate from Hawaii says, "Joe, I feel you. I still eat dry ramen because I miss it." Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like, as a snack, you would grab the ramen packet and you take the spice and you just shake it over the ramen packet, and then just
I will
what's
chill
up
for Marjan any days. Please.
Literally eat it like it's popcorn.
Can we get Marjan up in here in the sandbox? Can we have them have a space? Is that possible? I want me some ramen.
Marjan, Nissan, give us a call, okay?
All of the above.
You want to be in here in the sandbox game.
Dang it, Joe. Now I'm hungry.
Now you're hungry.
You got the entire. Now you got all of us hungry.
I was eating a salad before the stream, and I look over and I was like, "It's 5:55 p.m. my local time," and just rushed into.
Oh, okay, that's where you were.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
like, I was trying to eat food.
Right. We gotta get it in.
Bake that hot dog. Chili. Fry that hot dog. DJ EJ says.
You gotta.
The show finally is just talking. Mr. Winning 247, we get engaged with the chat here on this show. Okay, we talk to you. We talk with you. All right. Making a sandwich, typing with one hand. D Electronics. Thank you.
We just gotta make sure that everybody has a good morning and afternoon, evening.
That's right.
And,
that's right. That's right. We have a good time.
As we read here, good luck.
We have a good time. Hey, just as a reminder, folks, if you, for any reason, are watching live and you're thinking to yourself, I want these guys to shut the heck up right now, okay? If you're feeling that and you want to see more of the Sandbox content, all you have to do is take your The Sandbox game that you've made, paste the name of it and the page in the chat, and we'll play your game live here on this stream. And until such a time as that happens, we're going to have fun. We're going to stay engaged. We're going to talk about hot dogs in a mansion here on this live stream, okay? Hot dogs, mansion.
We got Wen Mac
When Mac?
From Miss
When Mac?
Meows.
Where was that question?
When Mac?
When Mac? Well, I can confirm that game client.
Yes, Mac?
The game client for Mac, final PC and Mac build, ETA, February 17th, currently.
There we go.
Okay. But the game client won't be used or released until the Alpha Season 2 for that update, as part of a suite of updates that come in Alpha Season 2.
Right.
All right.
So we do have to play Rockfall Berserk mode today.
Oh, you're right.
We got to do a little bit of torture today.
Rockfall.
The Orion Corpus over there on Twitch said, "I made a game real quick during your last stream when you kept falling, Joe. I feel it might be a tad mean now, but
hey, listen,
it would have been fun at the time. Nice and horizontal. You gotta make
listen,
sure."
Orion Corpus, if you made a game and you'd like me to test the game, you'd like me to break the game, you'd like me to fail at the game, I'm down. Let's go. We'll do it. But we did commit to playing Rockfall.
Correct.
So
correct.
You're going to see some real torture here today. Can somebody, if you could you find that for me in the Game Maker? Could you figure out what page Rockfall is on right now? This is a Blaze Games game. I'm here to play it on hard mode. I hear Alex played it on hard mode, you know.
We had some failures.
I mean, yeah.
And some attempts at the hard mode for this one. Didn't quite work.
All right, so we got another one. This sale ended earlier today, but I wanted to highlight this sale because I thought it was an interesting situation. The Sandbox, quote, the Sandbox Premier Luxury Estate with fashion, mansion, and luxury assets sale. This was a 3x3 estate, small, that came with pre-built assets as part of a bundle. All right. So they had built what they have described as a luxury estate, which looks like that means it's got like a ton of like stained glass windows. This looks like a cathedral, you know what I mean? But like a party cathedral to me. And so this sale happened earlier today, or closed rather, earlier today. Okay. And inside, you would already have all these assets, so you could reconstruct it inside the metaverse anywhere that you want, not just on this estate. You could do whatever you want with it.
Right.
But you'd have all these assets that were handmade by these folks at Lady Pixie. And Lady Pixie is the team that made like the Christmas space for us in the last alpha. But you've got these assets, this, you know, the walls, everything, all made for you as part of this bundle. And this sale had ended today at 42.9429, 42.9429 ETH total sale, making it pretty good for a 3x3 sale, cool. Right? So for anybody who's using an estate or interested in picking up an estate, the interest in estates is only ever increasing. The price on those, of course, is relative to the interest, as far as I can tell. And these auctions, when they come up, pretty rare. I mean, we have some with the land sales, but at the same time, auctions like this that include additional assets created by artists clearly have a certain appeal. At the same time, if you're an estate owner, maybe you've purchased a bunch of estates in the past, and you're thinking about how can I increase resale value on those. Maybe that's your interest. Maybe you want to sell it to another person who might develop it once you realized how much space you had to develop in. Then you could build a bundle like this and put additional assets in here the same way that Lady Pixie has, and maybe incentivize, grease the wheels a little bit, So the last piece I want to highlight is we were playing Travancore Treasures, right? And I took a good 28 minutes, I think, to finish Travancore Treasures when we were doing that on the live.
We didn't actually finish because you didn't turn in those 2 quests.
I mean, yeah, you're right. With the exception of not pressing enter.
I'm with the chat.
And this is important. You're right. I've seen it a whole bunch over on Twitter because I get I'm tagged in the original thread where everybody's replying and getting their all-time low, best times. And I've seen some people who have finished and they've been like, hey, I only have 5 out of 8 quests. What's going on, right? Just remember that before you do this last quest, you do need to just push enter once. Because you've collected all the coins, you've collected all the artifacts. Press enter. Like, as part of your flow, as you're coming up here, your space bar, you're jumping to get in, you just boom, enter real quick. Because that, the interesting thing about this particular run is that the user had said that they did it like I did it, which is no items. That's not an outright rule in this particular contest with the Travancore treasures.
But they turned on that Joe hard mode?
Yeah, they did it on hard mode. They did no sword, they did no shoes, they did no, no vests or whatever. No hats, no whizzy hats, okay? And they did it in 5 minutes and 7 seconds, which is legendary speed.
Look at that.
I'm like, who are you? But also, congratulations to you, okay?
Indeed, let's see. I'm real curious if that's going to be the win there.
Sandbox 07.
As far as weaponless.
Yeah. I mean, it's just legendary speed. So I love to see it. JKing over on YouTube says, I managed to get 9 minutes and 17 seconds and still working on a faster time.
There we go.
That's also legendary speed.
Right.
That's easily the top half of all the results that I've seen submitted. So you're doing really well. But yeah, I mean, clearly it's possible, right? Because it's like, it's the proof's in the pudding. It's right here. You've got the all the quests, only 2 kills. I think that's probably part of it, right? Is I'm seeing a lot of users putting in these times and they're taking the time to kill the skeletons and they're doing this. This person just ran past them and it didn't matter. You can see they're like almost dead, like a third of their life is left, but it doesn't matter. You take a little boop, whatever.
2 kills.
You know,
look at that.
Yes, they're only killing 2 things. Like, why would you wait unless you had to, right? So I think that's a big part of it. But we'll see where this goes, where this continues to evolve. Because this runs through, I think, the 20th, right?
6 days? It's the 20th, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm going to just review this one more time. What we're talking about here, Travancore Treasures, you can see it inside the Sandbox Game Maker right now. You can play it. This competition is 5,000 total sand tokens on the Polygon network divided. So you get 1,000 sand if you're in first, 750 all the way down, right? You can see it over there on their Twitter. But you have to have all the quests completed and then submit that onto this exact thread from @MetaLeagueGG. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can get that done. I think it was the 20th. We both remembered that right off the top of our head. Yeah, there we go. Contest ends February 20th, 2022. So still a whole bunch of time, 6 days. I can't imagine that the 5 minutes is going to be the last time we see sub 5. But this is interesting because it's getting into that kind of like Super Mario Brothers level speedrun where everybody's just like so fast, so precise that if we had one of these trailers that we could show this side by side with like mine and see how far they go in the time where like I'm like, what? How do you turn left? I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
Are you familiar with Mario Kaizo?
I am not.
Okay, so it's that modded version of the original Mario Bros. Games, and there are some things called Kaizo tricks that people learn how to do in order to get through these. That I'm expecting to see some of these Sandbox crew come up with when doing these insane 5-minute speed runs. Yeah. So,
but one thing that I saw in
go ahead.
To that point. That's really loud. One thing I saw to that point recently is that in some of our previous speed runs, people have learned like how to, if you see like a single block, like kind of like backing into it and like spinning your mouse in a particular way, and your character goes up and in and through the block, which means that they go through the floor and straight up to like save time that way. So I think we can expect to see some more of those things as these speedruns continue to go. And that may be part of the way that this person shaves those seconds. Because if I'm thinking about like the point when you're inside the palace and you're grabbing all the coins that are on those little like in the rafters up there. and you come back to the staircases, there may be an opportunity for something like that in that area where you could like and just kind of come up through the floor to save yourself a bunch of time in climbing. But yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. All right, so folks, where the heck is this challenge?
Page 82 for
Page 82?
Rockfall.
Right,
Gabe over on YouTube asks, have you seen Meta Resistors? Residencers? I believe I'm saying that right. Yeah.
Meta
Scroll up
Residence.
a little bit.
So
Residence.
Conrad,
There's an SER there.
yeah. So,
What am I
I'm gonna
learning
tell you that
here?
that's a crypto meme, Conrad.
Oh?
Yeah.
Am I getting trolled right now?
No. So sir, like, excuse me, sir.
Oh,
but like
my goodness.
SER,
Oh my
and
goodness.
it's actually like a sexual, like agnostically, sir, if that makes sense. Like it's not specifically speaking to a male, from my understanding.
Non-gendered.
Yeah,
So you're looking for?
There we go. Yeah. So it's
okay.
a non-gendered version.
I gotta love
okay.
it. I appreciate that.
Where is it? What page did you say it was on?
82.
Okay, I went to 82.
Or
It's not
87
there,
on
so-
Rockfall as we've
okay.
now been
Okay.
updated.
Oh yeah,
so.
here we go. Okay. Avenge your family. Take down the spiteful fire god using your own crafted armors. Oh, somebody mentioned this is all right. Okay.
Yeah,
Not published by
The
official
Prodigy.
Blaze Games, but I think this is one of
Prodigy
their
over
members.
on YouTube says, are you guys going to talk about the Sand Vegas Casino that's just got land in the sandbox? Please.
I don't have information on it, but if you want to send us
we don't
some-
have any
some details.
updates on that one.
Is it snowing?
We'd love to talk to some of these folks about that stuff. Of course it's snowing. Look at this beautiful place.
Looks like the sun's about to set. Better get home to the family.
Yingito is a part of Blaze Games.
Yeah, Youngto. Yeah. I think
Youngto,
that's
okay.
I may be pronouncing it wrong. They'll have to correct me. It's been a while since I did that interview. I interviewed those folks back when they won their first game.
Right.
And
you look glorious.
right.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
goodness.
Look at this Viking. Look at this absolute legend right now. Look at the
Where
ripped
can I pick
back,
that up?
dude. What? How do
I have
you
that
even
right
get
now?
that thick, dude? Are you kidding me? This person could throw your car across the planet. All right, head home. No overt direction.
Orange Bag Lady on YouTube says it's sanding. It's not snowing.
It's sanding.
It's sanding.
You right. Look at that.
You
sand.
right.
Look at that sand fall.
Seriously, what a beefcake, though.
Right? This guy's ripped.
Okay, well, that's a title sequence. I love
That's
it.
a
Oh,
little
and it
title.
falls.
Oh,
look
the
at that.
rock fall text fell.
Ah,
You would, dude. You would. Well, can I touch the fire? Or will it
Glorious.
kill me? What's going on here? How do I breathe without you?
we gotta figure it out.
Okay.
Rock falls out.
All right. We jumped over it. We didn't die.
Don't forget, GSS says this is Demon Souls. Okay, so
Objective
this is gonna be
unlocked.
real hard.
Okay, so this is just a game where you just don't get touched, right? That's the game.
Yeah, don't
Just
mess up.
don't get touched.
PG
Yeah.
Live PT asks, "Hi Joseph, can I create an NFT that could work as a key to enter into my lands with 3 question marks?"
Yes. Simple answer.
100%.
Good question, simple
100%.
answer. Just go do it. You know what I mean? Go make an NFT. And okay. All right, gamer. Okay.
You already. What are you trying to break? We're just supposed to beat it.
Listen.
It was a
Youngto.
challenge. It
Listen,
wasn't. It
Blaze
wasn't a
Games.
request here.
Listen,
okay.
Blaze Games.
Blaze Games. You're
Let's
gonna
talk about
you're
your
gonna get
hitboxes right now.
a strongly worded letter from
A
Joseph
strongly
today.
worded leather, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I can talk. Yeah,
I love it.
you
I love
gotta
it.
throw it back at me. Don't worry. We're gonna find out the hard way on all of these. That's for sure.
Okay.
Is the snow
all right.
fluid, transparent blocks with white pixels only?
No.
Comedy tragedy.
I believe that the snow is actually very large individual pixels
Look at that.
That
Yeah. No, those are little
are
blocks.
falling, and then they would get like
Are they just like recycling
very large
through
asset. Yeah, so you can see occasionally that there's like a flicker of these snowflakes as they whip back up to the top. So they're in an animated pattern with a certain vertical.
It is resetting there. You could see that, yeah.
But yeah, so it'll come down here over whatever it is, a 5-second span, and go up what I would guess is how many squares? That's probably going up like 256 voxels, like to the ceiling of what you can make in VoxEdit. And then comes down slowly, relatively slowly, down relatively slow. And then you just have to tile it, right? Because it looks great when we're doing this. It looks like natural snowfall. It looks really cool. You look up here and, you take a little bit of the magic away, but that's okay.
Even then, you can't even tell, really.
Yeah, exactly.
You just knew what you were looking for.
Yes, that's true. I did know what I was looking for. We've made those sorts of things in VoxEdit before, right?
Right.
Okay, Rockfall.
Prodigy says we should check out their Discord at Sand Vegas Casino. Definitely have to write that one down. We'll
we can check
get some info from those guys. Yeah.
I like so I didn't notice this the first time, but the footprints, very overt, like, hey, go this way.
Yeah. Where do you need to go?
Ooh,
right up there.
I got an iron pickaxe.
Apparently we're not supposed to touch the fire. Don't touch the fire.
Don't touch the fire? Turns out, dog.
I think you should try and go jump on some of that fire back there.
Okay. Well, what I should try and do is not get hit by a spider, dude.
And PG Alive PT, don't worry about 3 question marks. I prefer 5 personally.
7 at least.
You're at 7
question marks, Doug.
It really just gets the point home.
Okay, so we just
look at that lava.
Avoided all the spiders. That's fine. You know what? I bet you the lava.
You don't want to fight them?
I bet you the lava hurts.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Your greatest enemy? Trees, says King of Crypto.
It's true.
That is
trees.
Probably
trees are my greatest enemy in this game. Because you already know. Yeah. Here's the real deal, right, folks? Before I click Berserker mode, it's quite clear that the tree will be the only thing that defeats me in this game. Okay? Side note to Young Toe. I won't need it. Berserker mode. I'm triggered by this bracket at the end. All right.
You're ridiculous.
I know that it's stupid.
I see it. I can't unsee it now.
But you see easy mode on the left.
I see it. I do.
In the square brackets. Somebody held the shift key when they were typing mode for Berserker mode, and they didn't let it go for that last bracket right there.
We didn't just hit caps lock, guys.
You know what? Nah.
Jackie Chan asked, will there be a way to / respawn? Also, could a player change view from first to third person?
Okay. I'm sorry. So you can't change view from first to third person because the view is the discretion of the developer when it starts. What was the first half of that question? Oh, respawn.
Is there a way to respawn?
Yeah, inside.
Or will we get stuck like that?
So I restarted the game itself. In the metaverse, in social spaces, when you get stuck, you can respawn, but in the game client, you cannot. And question, as we're moving towards Web 3, welcome. How are you? We're here. You know what I mean? Will you guys becoming interoperable with other digital lands? So you can take your sand assets to different metaverses and vice versa. We are, sort of.
That's the dream.
It's what it really comes down to is, does the other company want to be interoperable with us and vice versa? We are quite open, there have been folks who come into this chat on our Discord, whatever, and try to take the sandbox and they go, hey, let's have a heads up comparison with Decentraland or Somnium Space, right? And then we conversely say, no, let's not compete. Let's cooperate. Let's work together. We can all exist here and have a good time and be interoperable, as you say. Orange Bag Lady. The downside being that in engine here, if we were wholly interoperable with Decentraland items, let's say, their NFTs are, they have significantly more polys to them. So to a certain extent, we have to understand and manage how that works in our engine, so that you don't just fill your world with assets that you minted in Decentraland so that you could have a high fidelity, experience, because then we don't know how to make sure that content is optimized for all users. When we do the transition, when we start to add mobile into these experiences, when we just added the Mac game client, and that's going through its final test phase on the 17th.
Right.
We have to make sure that there's a consistent rendering flow so that we know if it doesn't work. And then what can we fix therein? But at the same time, we do have interoperability compatibility already, and we've announced this multiple times, but the CyberKong's VX, right? That's a voxelized interpretation of the CyberKong that you own. I think that gave you a whitelist so that you could buy that. And then the Bored
Apes is, yeah, there you go.
There you go. Mm-hmm. That's perfect, right? They have a voxelized interpretation of their Bored Apes that's coming through, right? And that one, in that case, it's just, do you own a Bored Ape? Well, now your Bored Ape,
boom,
definitively, excuse me, is your key, and you get all the same traits when you step into the sandbox with that.
Right.
And then I see a question here right after. This says, Conrad, can you ask Joe about anything he knows about rules regarding casinos in the sandbox? I've heard a lot of different things. So
same.
Yeah.
Really, we're on the same edge over here.
So you can casino, but countries are regulators with regards to that. So
correct.
To a certain extent, we have
the most gray area answer we could possibly give you.
No. I mean, sort of, but let's set an age
country
gate.
To country, right?
Yes, but yeah. So we set an age gate, and then make that age gate work with all the different countries, make it all compliant with them, and then we can get that way. In terms of today, can't casino today, but doesn't mean you can't casino in the future. And we understand that mechanics like that are things that people want.
Let's see. We get another question from Facebook. Okay. Can we make a bookmark button as well? And you know what? We would love to have.
What sort of bookmark button? Like in the gallery?
I imagine in the Game Maker gallery. I believe that's what that's in contact to.
Sure.
Context to.
There's a lot of different things that are going to be brought to the gallery that's going to optimize it significantly. I don't remember if a bookmark is one of them, but
there'll be some kind of favorites thing eventually, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, right now you can already give things kind of a rating, and so we have a filter in that way. We have intentions to have a search bar to, all of the things that we've been talking about, that the community's been saying, hey, I want this. It's like, we definitely are adding
We
those.
want it too. A lot of the things you guys want, we want to have happen on the other end. So, exciting stuff.
All right, let's see. Z11 says, when is the next land sale? I'm interested in buying land. There's a land sale roughly every month. But the official dates always come from a medium.com/sandbox-game announcement. So I can't give out the date of the next one at this time, but I can say that it's still, even though we just did one, there's another one coming up soon. It says, all the land goes fast as well. This is follow-up from Z11, and I'm ready this time. Any tips? Z11, yes, because some people missed this when we talked about it right before the last land sale, and that is before the sale, 30 minutes before, turn your modem router off and back on again. You should also clear the cached or temporary data on your web browser. You should also make sure that you have enough sand to purchase the assets that you're interested in buying. You should also make sure that you are having enough ETH to process the transaction on the blockchain. And you should also make sure that you are logged in to your Web3 wallet and the website at sandbox.game ahead of time. Don't wait until it's time for the sale, because you have seconds or less to purchase them, because we have over 2 million registered users on the website now, and the average sale is somewhere between 200 lands and 500 lands right now. for direct purchase. Otherwise, you can purchase them on secondary websites like OpenSea and LooksRare right now, or Rarible, or wherever you can find NFTs. So, all right, let's see. All right, so now that we're
Touche.
Yes. Oh, touche.
Yeah, touche up in the chat.
I almost said it.
And a couple others. Oh, you mean it's Daddy? Daddy's home. That's
Daddy's
how this works.
Daddy's home. That's right.
We'll get some more tips from Kristen as well. Hardwired, turn off all other streaming services and anything else that could be bringing up your ping. Sign into your wallet early, but not early enough to get kicked back out.
That's true. That's true.
Solid advice, yeah.
So I use the Brave browser for my wallet, and after I think 5 minutes, you can set the timer in your settings, but it'll automatically sign you out. So it's important. That's a really good point. In the last minute, I would say, or like right about, that's when you should sign into your wallet. Yeah, so that you don't get timed out when the things are coming through. A Dream says, will there be a new Alpha Pass for the next season? Yes, there will. But you don't need it to play all the experiences. Touche, we're doing great, friend. We're doing awesome. We're having a good time. We're about to smash this really easy mode game created by some of the folks over at Blaze Games.
And I'm going to make fun of Joe the entire ride.
I don't even need armor.
With all of you wonderful people. Are you going to do...
I don't even
like, are you going to unequip? I see you got that pickaxe out, right?
I got the Berserker's Blessing.
Are we going solo? You going Joe mode with no armor, nothing?
Should I remove the iron pick, chat? Do I have to fight things in this video game? I don't think that's what makes it hard. Look, it just gave me a weapon, a club.
That's the secret, Mr. Winning. Nobody mods me.
What? What happened? Who mods Conrad, dog?
Doesn't
happen.
You
gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Can I
Joe mode enabled.
Can I work the anvil? Because I'm seeing this really cool symbol that makes me feel like I need to work the anvil.
Well, yeah, because we gotta build our armor, our weapons and armor. That's the point of our Dark Souls, Demon Souls-esque game here, is we get some content to back on.
Oh, this cute little bunny just to rip.
Is that a cute bunny? Because it looks like it just chunked you for 5% of your HP.
Pretty good, dog. It's pretty good. It's all right.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. Easy. You cute little bunny. Easy, dog. Easy.
Touche says, "Who watches The Watchmen?" Good point.
I'm standing on the.
We just got to go after each other. That's how this one works.
There it is. There it is. Oh,
I'm just Batman over here, and Joe's Superman.
Oh no!
I've got his kryptonite. It's always in my back pocket. Don't worry.
Oh.
Look at this. Wait, fight him. You got your power attack.
Pacifist run.
Come on.
Pacifist run, dog.
Pacifist run.
Easy
Pacifist.
game. Easy game. Easy game, dog. Easy game. All right, we got
one death on the chat. One death.
Easy game, dude. Easy game. 0 deaths.
Here we are. There we go.
Oh no! Why do I have to? Oh, you gotta start all
the
over.
way over.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Zetro67. I am a huge Dark Souls, Soulsborne fan. Got the platinum on each one of them.
You can block them. You can block in this video game.
You can block, yeah. You also have your charge attack, which stun locks. You're not using your game sense right now.
I'm using my. I was trying to pacifist run the Berserker mode. Okay.
You can't. You're not going to be able to do it. Literally, the quest says kill the fire god.
Yeah, well...
It wants you to do a murder.
What if I was as close to a pacifist as it gets?
Oh, a one kill mode? Are we?
Yeah.
Are we putting in different?
Just a single.
Different typings on our speed runs now. We finally have
single kill.
Various roles.
Oh. Here, come here. Do it.
Okay.
You won't.
Parried. What happened to one kill mode?
That's it. That was the kill. That was the fire god, right?
That's it? Oh.
That was the fire god, right?
Oh, that was the fire god.
Right.
It doesn't look like the fire god. I thought that was like a regular enemy.
It just, I
thought he was common.
Maybe, possibly. That's classified. Which, oh hey, what's up? That's a cute little. Oh no, little buns, dude. No, what are you? What are you doing?
Yeah,
What
see,
are-
that's
the
a regular
bunny.
enemy.
The
Get wrecked.
bunny.
That's 2 deaths, chat.
Easy.
Orange Bag Lady
It's easy,
SEO,
man.
you all on Twitter. We most definitely are. You can find us on at the Sandbox, as well as Rad Condad for
That's
myself, and the Vision X EX.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
for Joseph.
You can at the Sandbox game on almost every platform, in fact, and you'll be able to find the Sandbox game.
Wonderful. The Sandbox people. TSB.
We're running, dude. We're running.
You're still going for this
I'm gonna do it.
skip mode.
Don't even need it, dog. Don't even need it. Imagine.
D11 asks, "Are you able to open all those doors? The graphics are awesome." And also, Chilios asks,
"There were more options." Oh,
there were some doors back there. Yeah.
Little bun. No, you're cute. Not dog, dude. Dog.
Oh.
You just dropped
Can we
rocks.
get some Fs? Can we get some premature Fs in the chat here?
No.
Little Legion org. Yes, 1 life. That's all you get. You're in berserk mode.
1 life to live, dude. 1 life to live.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
We got some bing bongs in the chat as well.
Somebody. No.
Oh, he didn't look over the ledge. That's 3.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Nah. Not even close, dude. Easy. This game's so easy right now, dude.
Easy.
Kidding me? It's a lesson learned every time. All right. This is a lesson in how to retain information, I think.
Dude, what about Spyro? What about Spyro, Bag Lady?
Dude?
I'm real curious. What about Spyro?
What about Spyro?
I would love.
You talking about Activision right now? You're gonna have to call Microsoft.
Like some of those assets here in the Sandbox, like they fit so well.
They would, but also somebody better call Activision real quick. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, I need to get on this project.
They own that. They own that IP. Oh my gosh, there was a shield the whole time. I could have increased my defense, as if that matters in Berserker mode, you know what I mean?
I mean, it'll shed 1 damage, right?
Oh yeah.
Cute little thing's a bunny. Yeah, that is definitely a bunny. Or a duck. I can't quite tell.
It's definitely a bunny. Little bun, dude. Little lava bun.
No, I saw a little. I saw the little trot there. Yeah.
Yeah. Look
there we go.
It's got the fluffy lava tail.
There.
Even. I'm just doing a murder on it, dude. The rocks that fell from the ceiling this time, they didn't kill me. I had that going for me. All right.
Neither one of us ended up getting a POAP of myself as Joe dies for the 4th time.
Hey, you know what? 8 kills. 8 kills, dog. 8 kills.
We're definitely gonna check that after the stream today. The killer rabbit of cares. I can never say that word. I can only.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
The killer rabbit from Monty Python, if I remember right.
Yeah.
You need the holy hand grenade.
Oh, Ryan Corpus says 37 deaths. I don't know about all that. I don't know.
Are we calling 37 again today before we get a completion?
Z11 is trying to get me to commit a certain amount of sand donated to charity. And while I appreciate that idea, because that sounds great, also, if I did 100 sand for every time I died, I would already be donating, like $4,000? Right?
Yeah,
which is good.
Easily.
Which is good.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
But full discretion, I still, I still got to pay the bills. I'm trying to get a house. You know what I mean? Trying to live out here, get out of this apartment. Okay.
Do have a question from YouTube. Can we change the avatar to the other one between play the game? So I believe the question is, can we change our avatars between each game?
Yes. The avatar settings are on the website at sandbox.game. So if you would like to change them, then you can change them whenever. But you do need to quit the game client in order to make a change.
Yeah, but if you were playing a game like this one, we are locked to this avatar. Is that correct?
That's true. So the discretion for each character that you play in the game is made by the developer of the game. Darn it!
I love it. Left it damage to you.
I did it again. Getting wrecked. I can't get past.
Did you just die? didn't even
know.
move.
I died. I
Oh,
walked
no.
forward. I walked forward and I died. I feel like I can't even use that room. Like that's not a room that I can go in.
That was Def 5 chat?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on with these wolves over here? Can I just get a little boop? Get a little boop?
Okay.
Let's see what's going on over here. Any little secrets? Any little thing? Any little thing?
Z11 is convinced you says LOL 1K. I'm just going to assume that's in reference to the charity idea, but
yeah, that would be 1,000 Sam at this point.
Instead, it's going to be 1,000 deaths.
1,000. Okay. This guy right here, pulling for success of the success of the chat and a failure for my mental health is what you're saying. That's what you're saying. You're saying.
I mean, it just depends on how you want to look at it. Yeah.
I don't need it. I need it. Wait, this way's just the wrong way. That way's just the wrong way, chat. I can't jump over the lava. That's the wrong way. All right.
We have a question from YouTube. When is land sale on Polygon coming?
Oh, the Polygon land contract is still under development / testing. So, oh boy, you tried to surprise me, dog.
Oh, look at that perfect berry. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I've never been more proud.
How about that? How about that, dog? How about that, dog? Will this go anywhere good? Doubt. But I can hit those people through the woo. I don't even need to see you. Ow! Oh, rocks!
Oh, Kristen says you probably just need a bucket of water and you can turn that into obsidian. You know, I would love to make a nether portal right now.
What happened?
Oh, you were making progress. That's what happened. We'll count that as death number 6.
Don't do that to me. This guy is such a troll, dude. Such a troll, dude. I broke the ice block, and it was like, you can't break an ice block in a lava world. We're just going to close the whole game. And does that make me a winner? It might. It might make me a winner, all right?
We'll still count it. We'll still be at 5. Winner. I can't find my new avatar that I bought from Market. It only shows the original avatar from TSB.
Do you guys have any idea when Solana NFTs will be integrated? Cross-chain NFTs is going to take quite a lot longer than on-chain cross integrations, because currently we use the API from OpenSea to help us with the integrations from other. What was it? 87? Yeah. Okay.
It was 87.
Yeah, but the you beat the game, Joseph, says the Tana Tip. Elbow cough. Yeah, that's right.
As we're gonna try again for you there, chat. I can't find my new avatar that I bought from the Market. It only shows the original from TSB.
Which avatar?
Some avatar issues up in the chat.
Well, it's important to understand that when you say you bought an avatar from the Market, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure no avatars are for sale in the Market. Just
currently.
Just character assets that you can use inside. Like right now, inside this game, the character that is the avatar, the main character here, is not actually an avatar. It's a character asset, just like a regular old thing that you replace your avatar with this.
Okay. Correct. The Game Maker had purchased probably a similar asset that you had, so they could use it in their game.
Yes, so purchased or created, depending on if they were in the artist program. I think that this particular creator is in the Game Maker's fund, so they probably got to make this one on their, for themselves. But Ramen, did you just try to boop me, dude? Tried to give me a little bop.
He almost had your little snoop there.
He tried. What are those? What are those?
It hit through the wall.
It attacked me through the wall. It was like, you gonna hit these stones, dude? You don't have the stones, dude. Get it?
That stun lock. It's so strong.
Yeah. I should have realized that I stunned him. Oh, come on, Joe.
Do we have an ETA possibly on the Polygon land sales and when that is going to be crossed over?
I don't have a date because, as I mentioned, that does require a full test of the smart contract adjustment for Polygon. Okay, let's give this another shot. Hopefully we don't. What? I forgot about the rocks. Dang it. Ugh. Hard
Once
mode, dude.
again.
Hard mode, dude.
8 acoustic. Any luck on trying Village Protector, page 58? Village Protector is definitely going to be the next game that is going to get played.
Oh, well, that was...
Because for now, we have this challenge here.
It's true. This was requested the other day.
Going to break Joe, because we're at 6 deaths, right?
At least 26 deaths, yeah. Can I hit that
You're a
button?
winner in
Nope,
all of
I gotta
our
go down
eyes,
there.
Joe. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Okay. Whoa! Hyper aggressive fire rabbit, dog. Did you see him? He like lunged at me. He's going straight for the throat like it's Monty Python and the Holy Grail, dude. Okay, I learned a recipe, but I can't even try to use it if I wanted to. How about that? How about that, dude? How about that? Oh!
There we go.
No,
And
what?
instant kill. Is
Suffering
that
from
7?
success.
I think that's 7.
Another one.
We're going to call that 7.
I made it 2 minutes. I made it 2 minutes and 59 seconds. All right. I made it 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
D11
Chat.
says, reminds me of RuneScape. Bro, the good only days. The good old days is what I believe is meant to be said there, and I'm with you. Those days are today, and they're on the Sandbox.
Where are we
We're
at?
having a good time right now.
Yes. Yes. The good old days for sure. Z11 for sure. Any beans tonight? Bitcoin Live Watch. If you go back to this top of the stream, I walked through the weekly live ops patch notes that we have, and that's internal notes.
Right.
So those are all secrets. Those are all beans for you. All the little.
We got lots of questions for any giveaways today.
I was about to do that. In fact, that's why I paused here for my own mental health. As this is a struggle. It's a real challenge. Anybody who beats Rockfall to this point has played enough to become a god, right? Because I think the thing that's killing me the most is walking into the room so far. Like every time, like I'll be beating down a door and a bunny's hitting me, or I'll walk into a space and rocks fall. What a title, you know what I mean? And how do you stop that?
You love the rocks falling.
How do you stop that?
Oh man.
All right, so let's see if we can get that giveaway going here real quick.
King of Crypto says, Joe Conrad, for asset approval of newly made assets, is it best to just wait until the next game jam to send them in for approval, or just send them in now and wait? Which would be better?
Definitely waiting for a game jam, because quite honestly, there's nobody even looking to approve custom assets from non-artist accounts right now. When we do a game jam, we specifically make a form so that we know where to look and what to look for. Artists, when they're making something, they'll make their assets and then they have to send it in on a different kind of form. But it's all like ad hoc. Like we say, okay, you are assigned to make this for this task. And the artist creates the thing, and then the artist sends it over to the lead artists, and the lead artists approve those assets. During a game jam, the lead artist effectively is somebody like Andy Ritchie or myself in the upcoming game jam. I'm giving him a hand. We've had some moderators folks from the ambassador community help in the last game jam as well. But you submit forms there. As a matter of policy / good business sense, we don't approve those custom assets outside of a game jam because we don't have that much time in the day, quite frankly. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff to get done and do in the Sandbox game, and so going through and approving those assets for a community of 2 million people is more than a full-time job. It's more than 5 people's full-time jobs. When we do these game jams, you're talking about an average of, I would say, 30 assets per submission usually, and then you've got 1,000 submissions. So we approve 30,000 assets during that period, potentially, based on the last sale or the last game jam. So yes.
Excellent.
Pops culture.
Orion Corpus apparently made a horizontal game just for you, Joe, on page 4 or 5, and
Okay.
also put in a request to use the permission for the Killer Rabbit from Monty Python. No reply quite yet. Though, if you just made a Deadly Rabbit asset and name it You Silly Sod, I think we'd all get that.
You could also make a French person, you know, and then like some English knights as well, and have them debate with each other. No, I will not let you into my castle.
Can we get some coconut assets?
Get a mount. Get a mount that's actually just coconuts, and you move really fast.
And just name it horse. Just 2 coconuts. Name it horse, please. Somebody.
Easy game.
I would love to see that get approved.
You know what? Brock, you could just do it.
I'm probably gonna end up making this happen. We'll see though.
Brock Ryan Corpus says I'm on it. It takes no time to make that happen.
Brock says, imagine being bad at video games, even though you're getting paid to play them. I love the snide culture that we can cultivate here on the Sandbox Live, but realistically, it is all from a place of love. We got to make sure that Joseph here knows that he's doing a good job. He's doing a good thing.
We've had rocks fall on our head, right?
Right.
I think if you look at everybody who's ever played this game on a live, it did not go well for them unless they'd already watched somebody else play it on a live.
Right. Previously.
And when I play these games, I go in blind every time because I don't want to, you know, like I jumped on the trees. I'm sure somebody else already did that. Alex probably already did that, you know, but I don't know. I wasn't there. So I like to go in blind on these games. And yeah, it's easy to die over and over and over in a game where people specifically said, you like watching Joe die? Let's make sure he plays it on hardcore. Right. Which I'm down for. I'm down for that.
Okay, the chat is dying, Joe. Where is that forum?
What have I done, dude? What have I done?
What have you done?
Shorten the URL.
Kristen says, you've played Travancore twice and you still died over and over again.
Candidly, Kristen, I played Travancore twice and I still died more the second time than I died the first time because the mechanics that I proposed required me to die. Okay? Right. The first time I barely died because it was almost impossible to die in Travancore Treasures. All right?
It was actually 35 times. The solid guess, 35. The solid guess in the chat.
Yeah, so Conrad guessed 37. That was the thing. Conrad was saying it would be 37. But while we're talking about guessing, let's talk about not guessing. Let's not guess. Let's guarantee that you guys all click on this form link that I put in about 1 minute ago in your chat. If you're interested in winning a Wizzy themed NFT that you can wear inside any combat-based experience in the Sandbox game, like this hat right here, except without the little gold rim. Fill out this form in the chat. You can use those in those combat-based experience too.
I don't even like the gold rim.
You don't even like the gold rim? I like the gold rim.
I like that.
It reminds me of RuneScape, actually. RuneScape, there was a trimmed wizard robe that was really popular back in the day because I've been 20 years.
You still play it, right?
I still play it, yes. And, you know.
That's the dedication we're going to have.
It's the reason NFTs made sense in my mind, that game, okay? Because of the interest in the rarity of items. And, you know. You gotta appreciate it.
Bitcoin Live Watch says, I'm interested in whizzing. Hell yeah.
Interested in
so
what?
Are we? Whizzing. What is it?
Whizzing?
We got real. Nope, just whizzing.
All right. So we've got 124 responses so far to the forum. 186 people in the chat here this evening, afternoon, and morning. All right.
Chat.
Ryan Mac 87 says, this looks fire. Sandbox is going to be fire when it comes out in full. I agree, because people like you, Ryan Mack, are making great games like this one. Games that can either push your gamers to the limit or give it to them on easy mode. The only difference being a single quest. A single quest is the difference.
Right.
G is us says, want to buy my RuneScape blue party hat crypto bat? G is us. How much, dog? How much, dog?
For real.
I'll
Hilarious.
I'll buy it right now. How much though? I don't have one. Back when I was playing, like seriously, I used to do dueling, which I don't know if that's a thing anymore, where you could say this item is on the line and you would fight each other. That would be an interesting mechanic to put into the sandbox game. So you put your item up on the line and then you have a fight and whoever wins gets to take the pool of items, which would be crazy. Be crazy.
Oh man.
All right. So
Speedrun giveaway. Form closed. Winky face.
I'm about to. We're at 177 responses. It was like flying. That's why I was just chatting.
We gotta let it go for a second. Bitcoin Live has a rebuttal here, keeping it classy. You know it. You gotta keep it classy here with us.
Oh, DJ EJ11 says, I did not review their voxel art.
Oh.
D3 explosive. All right.
Check it out. Reported to Gygax. Somebody breaking D&D law.
Dexplosive. What do you got? Oh yeah, I think I saw you posted these on social media, but they're not like they're not the real deal, which is where you know, because you took like you were able to like take a picture or something and you minted the picture, the animated GIF or something. Because it says Dead Lords Collection, right? And it's not an official mint because it's not part of the Sandbox Game collection. So it's a little different. But I did already close it. Yes, JK Whack. Because we have the same number of responses as we have people in the chat. And that is what I use to help make sure that we get it to somebody who is here, who's actively participating in the chat. So we had 186 people in the chat. So I'll roll 1 to 186 right now. And it is user number 58. 58. Okay, who was 58
today?
58. Wow, that's wild. That's wild. What are the odds? What are the odds of this?
Facebook again.
Literally, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Hot dang.
I don't
2 days
see
in a row.
I've never. Over on Facebook.com, joining us. We must be getting more people over on Facebook. Need to see more Facebook chatters. Facebook chat. Where you at, Facebook chatters? I see
you guys are clearly here. Let's
all
get
right.
some engagement going.
Tripod Malika is our winner today over on Facebook.com. Congratulations and thank you for joining us.
Right?
Super excited. Facebook is going places, I guess. Maybe Meta can join the metaverse one of these days. You know what I mean? So let's have a look at some of these arts here real quick, because you wanted us to have a look at these arts. And it looks like you're publishing them literally as we're talking. Otherwise, it's just updating them in a weird way.
It might be just updating.
But let's see. You get a little pupper.
Oh, DJ EJ says, "Yep, just uploaded it to showcase it."
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it is currently being uploaded.
That's cool. I got a game force ready driver. Yeah, this dog is cool. I like. I think if I'm being picky about this one, I would say that I'd like to see it a little more texturized, even as a robot. Like the blacks are too.
It's too dark, so it
exactly
blends everything together.
If you had like just 2-3 shades higher, where you kind of like speckled them to make it look like metal plating had been welded together, I think that would be pretty cool.
Using some grays in there might
because if we zoom in on this, right? you got some of the grays in there that are for the bolts, and that's nice.
Hey, there we go.
You're seeing kind of like these blues make me think that there's like some kind of energy or electricity going on in there. And then the teeth are like a little bit like, I don't know, they remind me of like poisonous or radioactive teeth. But I don't really get a sense that there are eyes here. I mean, it's got this kind of like RoboCop visor thing going on, and maybe that's intentional. I
think that's supposed to be it. It's just RoboCop visor. Right. I got that vibe immediately because you have the siren on the back, right?
Right. It's like this is a police dog for sure, which is like, that's interesting. And I like the sense, like with the skeleton that's kind of built into here, you know, it does feel like that, but also that it is mechanized. So it's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at another one here. We got one with like some
Voxel
giant
Blaze.
dead
We got
mouse
Voxel Blaze
ears.
all the way up in the chat here.
Oh, Voxel Blaze in the
hi.
chat. Well, good morning, afternoon, and evening, Voxel Blaze. It's afternoon for you now, isn't it?
Look at this.
So Voxel Blaze, I've been trying to play your game. All right, I've been trying to play this game. All right, and this game is going berserk. Rocks are falling. Okay, and that is the primary death.
We're currently at seven deaths.
Falling rocks. So I can see they used this used the small mammal template, right? Which wouldn't normally be used for things that, you know, you would describe like the bunnies that we saw in the last match. But it's got these big like dead mouse style ears, which are cool. For me on this one, I don't know if it's meant to look like it has a mustache, but it's got like a little Fu Manchu mustache.
I'm looking at it. I couldn't help see the biker mouse here.
Yeah, right.
I'm definitely getting the that Chop Shop show, you know, where he's got that meme where they're throwing the chairs at each other. It looks like the dad from
Oh yeah.
Show.
Oh, you're
you know
right.
What I'm talking
you're
about
right.
there.
It's American Chopper.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man.
It looks like that guy. You're right.
I love
it looks
this.
like that guy.
Please don't change this mouse now. I'm very much so.
It's got like a Rubik's Cube for a tail, which is interesting. I mean, I think this is a kind of an asset that it needs to be put into a specific setting. If you had like this as the pet to a mad scientist that creates robots, I think this makes sense. Otherwise, you know, it would have to be like we had a game jam a long time ago called A Glitch in the Metaverse, where this could have possibly applied to that. But I would say that this one doesn't have that many use cases otherwise. So if you're creating a specialized series that is like glitchy animals or glitchy robot creatures,
right? When you lock down color palettes like that, you really limit where that asset can go.
Right. Now, looking at this right away, I'm seeing like, so from behind, I see this as like a Power Rangers or like a bad guy on Teen Titans, possibly. Right?
Okay,
yeah. I think the shoes are way out of place, in my opinion, from behind. And I turn it around, and I still feel like the mask portion that's up here is also just out of place. And yeah, I mean, I think it's just the mask and the shoes for this one right here. I don't mind so much that like they have this kind of like unitard single color thing with the grays going on.
Right.
But then there's a certain question of like, for the face, for me, and again, this is just me thinking out loud here. Is this a robot again? Because if it's all one color all the way down, then that is what it is. It looks like there's got some like mechanical vascular things going on with the blues in the leg and then the reds in this arm. So I think for this one, this is similar. I think if you demasked it then and like change the shoes or maybe just change the colors on both of those, it would make more sense for the blues. I think the indigo blue is really throwing me off on this particular design.
They're all robots.
They're all robots. Okay. The things that I really like about this particular design. Have you ever seen the 90s movie with Robin Williams called Hook, where he played as Peter Pan?
Oh my goodness. This looks like Rufio.
Yes. That's Rufio's hairstyle right there.
Right.
So Rufio I
got it right there.
Exactly. They were like, I think that's Bangarang in the chat right there. Yeah, so there we go. So I like this hairstyle for that appeal. If you wanted to make like a Lost Boys sort of a group, this hairstyle is it. And I'm all for it for that reason. I think that's the highlight of this particular asset. What do we got?
You've got me now. Like, we got to turn that mouse. We got to make him a little pirate. give him a little hat.
Exactly.
And now this set is no longer a mechanized set. In my eyes. We're just going straight into the Peter Pan. Let's go fantasy.
Or
better yet, just do set number 2. Give me a Lost Boys variant here.
All right, let's have a look at the next one here as we're continuing to review these. One eternity later. Let's go OpenSea. You got this, dog. You got this, friend. Here we go. Okay, this one's name is Comet. All right.
Doesn't like Comet.
So Comet, this is similar to Rufio's hairstyle. It's a little more edgy, a little more like cyberpunk, or a little more like a post-apocalyptic energy for me when I'm looking at this. I mean, that mohawk that's extraordinary. It's a lot of work every day.
The colors this time around work for me a lot more than the previous asset.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I am, of course, I'm always going to have the appeal of things being symmetrical, and the asymmetricality on his T-shirt there with how the like the circuits come in, like that works for me. And then when you have like that last asset having 2 different kind of textured color palettes going on between the arms, that always is just too distracting.
Sure.
But this works. This works really well.
Yeah, and I think for me on this one, the same as with the last, there's the bright green shoes only matching the bright green face mask thing is throwing me. Like all of the variety that's up here in the hair, I think that's one thing. But for some reason, my brain doesn't love the shoe face mask combo being the only, like, where those colors are just the only there. Like if
it's on the hands as well.
Yeah, I mean it's a different green on the hands, right? That's not the same green. It is slightly different,
No, I see it now.
Yeah. So
there is a lot going on when it comes to just the head itself. On both aspects. Those shoes really do. Yeah, there you go. As I was just about to say, Atari-Sun71 says the shoes stand out though, and they definitely do.
Right. That's the thing.
The appeal there.
And you see, so again, if while we're kind of looking over these, look to the chat as much as what we're saying, because you're seeing D Tentative say this one is sick already.
Right.
So
and that's just what it is, folks. You're going to get somebody who is going to love your art and what you do, no matter what.
Right.
There are infinite people in this world.
Exactly. And that's the interesting thing, right? Like, because we're 2 guys. We're 2 guys on the internet, right? And you've got 2 million people registered. So there may be somebody who looks at this and they're like, whoa, I need this, right? So take it all with a grain of salt as we kind of go over these things. Because there's also a world and a place for this character that I can't see, that you can see in your mind while you're making these characters.
That's what I'm about to say. For instance, take a look at this guy as a common enemy in a cyberpunk-esque game, right? And he's coming at you. He's got his life bar above his head. You're fighting him. You're trying to stun lock him. You never intended this asset to be a main hero, right?
Sure. Or maybe
it's an unlockable armor piece.
When you put them all in together, like if you've got this character, that character, this character, and they're all chilling in one room in like a neon dance scenario, and maybe they're all the people you get your quests from. When they're all together, it'll make more sense. When you put them in the right environment, it makes more sense. And I'm looking at these things just purely, once again, like blindly going like as one asset all on its own. Does it make sense the way that it is? And you put it in the right world, the right environment, maybe none of what I said matters. So right away with this character
over there, Soul Cancer over there on YouTube says, take it with a grain of sand.
Nice.
There we go.
I like it. All right, so we've got a little cyberpunk character here, again, kind of in that cyberpunk theme, similar to the previous designs. You've got a slightly asymmetrical or offset right on the arms. You've got fantastic hair again. Like, you're taking hair to the next level with these characters. I like this kind of discharged battery in the back of the head.
Right.
That's
what makes this one really stick out here.
And then the heart in the center.
Oh, it's got an exposed heart.
It's fully exposed. Yes.
Oh, you got to play around with that idea more.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. It's interesting.
This is not Jackie Chan says she's fave so far. And that's, yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Totally.
I agree. In terms of the favorite of the characters, this is it for me. Rufio's hairstyle is the top individual component in any of the characters, but this character on the whole is my favorite. But again, for me, the shoes.
These shoes are gaudy as all hell.
Right. They're just there.
I have no idea where these shoes are coming from. But, you know,
but
somebody is going to love it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Michael,
like if I was to
YouTube,
do the same thing, it would be just use the neon green from the hair on the shoes. Or maybe the orange from the arm. I don't know. But
I
pull another color. Because this is the only...
just leg spikes, right?
Did you say leg spice?
Spikes.
Oh,
just
spikes.
No shoes. Just make those fantasy spikes.
Like you and just walk on spikes like peg legs, but they'll just cut you. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
There's a couple of lead characters that I'm getting reminded of when I think of that right there.
Yeah.
But Michael over here on YouTube says,
go ahead.
Why do NFTs always start showing the back when you open it? My personal opinion is so you get that reveal as you spin it around.
Oh, well, I can actually confirm exactly why that is.
Yeah, why is that, Joe?
So when we first were creating in VoxEdit, like 2018, these assets were being made. There was no game maker at all. And in VoxEdit, there was an arrow, and the arrow is still there in VoxEdit. But the arrow was pointed in the forward direction. Okay. So people would design things to be faced that direction. But it turns out that throughout the first year of VoxEdit, that arrow was pointed the wrong way. And we didn't know that until we had a game maker that we could export assets from VoxEdit and import them into Game Maker. And so we dropped the characters into Unity. And to that point, actually, let me see if I can...
No way.
Yeah. I'm going to show you something really funny. Huge Stewart. Hopefully this is yes, this is a... So this asset was created before the Game Maker client existed. And Huge Stewart is one of these collectibles that's interesting. Because this asset, when you put it, all of the animations, all of the design was created before the Game Maker, and then we drop it in the Game Maker, and it does everything backwards. But it was already minted to the blockchain, so we can't adjust it, can't change it. All the levels, like the damage right here, the defense, luck, magic, power, speed, cumulatively have more total stats than any assets that you can make in the Game Maker today. Because this was before a time where it was balanced, you know? And this wasn't the first asset that was ever minted, but it was the first asset that we tested in the Game Maker after a mint. And then we realized in the Game Maker that, yeah, it runs backwards. It punches the wrong direction. It does all of the animations pointed the wrong way. So once we knew that we had to make a fix. But before we knew that, the OpenSea API was already coded to read it a certain way. So you'll notice that when I refresh this, Huge Stewart is faced the correct direction. But when I'm on any other asset, they're faced the wrong way because of that issue, because the OpenSea API is reading Huge Stewart as faced the right way, where in reality, Huge Stewart is the only one faced the wrong way.
He definitely does have some collector's value, that is for sure.
Right. And because it's an NFT, you can't go back, right? You can't be like, oh, no, I changed it. Haha. No, we minted it. It's forever. This glitch is forever. And you can see that because of that collector's value, interestingly, when I'm looking at the price history chart, you're seeing more and more people pick up Huge Stewarts here and less people being willing to, because this is the only reference that we can go back to be like, hey, you know,
Check out this piece of lore, right?
Yes, exactly. And so for the same reason, for a while, like, 6-8 months ago or something, you would put assets onto your avatar, like helmets or shoes or something, and they would go on backwards because the avatars all had to be manually turned around. Every component from every avatar had to be redesigned and flipped in order to work correctly, so that all of your assets and equipment actually were worn correctly. So and it was interesting because you had people like Alex, who's here on Wednesdays and on Saturdays, having to manually go fix every asset, 5,000 assets that had already been approved, in order for it to work. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Wow. So, that's intense.
Yeah.
Be looking out for those stewards in the world.
Yes. And the huge steward is not the first asset that was ever sold. You can't find. I don't think anybody's ever going to sell it. I can't remember if the Sandbox has it in their wallet or not, but it was the Eiffel Tower. And that was minted, and it's huge and way out of scale. Another interesting thing that happened is that we used to allow scaling in VoxEdit, where you could like make a thing, and then you could go, all of these voxels, shrink them to this big. So it was like actually way more voxels and way more detail per square meter. But we realized that that was just making the experiences awful in the game maker itself as well. Like it would just increase the lag tenfold because you'd have a bunch of voxels where you'd have to render all the faces. And so now we have a more consistent style.
Right.
Before we close up here for the day, I'm going to check out this last asset here, and we'll talk about the Spirola, because it just appealed to me right away. Okay, first of all,
oh man,
I did not expect it to be like an ape with fangs.
Right.
What's going on here? But also,
you read the name again, and you'll get it.
Spirola?
Spirola, gorilla, spiderola.
Maybe.
Right? Maybe. That's where he's going.
Maybe.
That's where they were going.
Maybe. But it's given me like the bad toys from Toy Story.
Oh yeah.
And you had that one that had like the doll head
with the spider legs popping off.
Spider legs mechanisms.
Right.
Yeah, it's giving me some of those vibes. I think aesthetically, visually, it may be the most complete individual asset. I think just looking at this, I would probably have remade this tip of the leg here and just flipped it. Because you're seeing, or like mirrored it on the axis rather, because you could tell that you made this piece and then you added it to the legs, but then on this side you just added it to the legs again, which is, it's okay, but now you have the gray in the front on the right, and you have wait, is it? No, not even.
No,
not even.
It's
every
flipped.
individual leg was put on last, I think, during your process, right? Because you built the front leg and then you placed one here, and you could see the purple on the front here is the purple that's on the back over here. And so the other 3 legs, I would have probably redesigned those components just really quickly to give it that like universal visual appeal.
If they flip one, everything flips. So it might be.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like
just a part. It's a part of the spider template. So. Yeah, it is a spider.
Limitations there. It's a spider template, but the thing with the template is you can still replace the individual components, and that's what I'm talking about, right? Is like not just taking because you've got the parent piece, which is this bit of the leg, and then you've got the child piece, which is the actual foot, I guess I want to call it. And those are all connected to the abdomen here. So I would have probably made a second foot.
Maximac here in the chat has an easy solution. Just make 2 different ones, then copy the nodes, then move them over.
There we go.
And make a left and right one, different legs. Take some notes. Little Legion or Org says.
And the other reason why I say that at all, DJ EJ, is that I don't know that it's even important what I'm thinking of it for.
No.
But like a spider, if it was to be hiding, which this one's clearly not, would
Oh, he wants to run at you.
have the same, right? This one's gonna get you. Would have the same shades on like all of its appendages, so that like if it like did this, like and covered up in the sand or something, then all the camouflage colors would be on
Things
the top.
would blend, right?
The only place this
But again,
guy would ever blend
you
would
know,
be in a neon retro future, you know. But
we're over here overthinking everything to the max.
absolutely,
So.
absolutely. But that's the way that I think about asset design when I think about it. Like, another thing that's an interesting idea and having nothing to do with this is if you were to make like a character that's smashing a hammer down, right? If the character and the hammer are all part of the same asset, to make a slightly darker, one voxel smaller hammer inside of the hammer, and like shaft or whatever for bringing the hammer down inside of itself, and those things being attached,
Right.
except for when you do an attack action. So when you do an attack action, the voxels can come out of the inside of the hammer, just like for those 4 frames, to give you that like effect of speed. Thinking in the same way of like when people take photography of a sporting event, right? And if you don't have the right camera, you get that blur, and the blur is always slightly blended with the backdrop there. So the only case where that like slight darkness wouldn't be darker would be if the background was like ultra bright, but you don't really run into that in the sandbox very much. So overall, you know, and I take this from like the Disney animation studios when they like if you want to do your research on how to make really great animation happening in any space, look at what they did with like Beauty and the Beast, in situations where like Gaston is like punching somebody and like the face is so like hugely contorted in one frame, but then when the frames,
Yes.
you know, they go by at
So
24 FPS, it
In
looks good.
animation, they're called smear frames.
Yes, exactly. So designing that
You
smear frame
definitely-
in,
Right. You
Yeah.
gotta have those over exaggerated and sometimes like not at all human looking characteristics that show up for just a second.
right, and you know that's definitely advanced animation. But I think that when I talked earlier about the Korean folks in the chat and the people from Japan that are making really great art, they're doing that from what I can tell. The fast swings and the jumps and things like that have that kind of like motion blur effect happening on some of those characters that really takes it to the next level. Or, you know, you want to make that best, like that great anime character. I think that kind of comes with that as well, if that's the kind of style you're going for. So of course, it's all stylistic choice. So
Real quick here.
Yes.
Oh, Chilio says Ben joints move more than they should, Ben. So it's something
yes,
to definitely
that's
keep in mind.
that's true. Like if you were going, let's say you were going for a punch, right? And you want to make that
Right.
punch look like a really good punch. When your character winds up, they go about like halfway, right? I don't know if you can see that, right? But
It's difficult. It's gonna be difficult unless you can, really
Yeah.
turn.
I can back up a little bit. But
There you go.
when you come all the way back like this and you get into the animation, rather than making the animation part for the punch start here, have one frame where the fist doesn't actually move, and then in that frame the shadow comes out behind the fist, right? So that when it
Right.
comes across, you get the full movement
It looks
feeling.
like there is
then
momentum.
there's- yeah, there's a
happening.
start, there's a
impact
momentum,
from
there's
that.
a stop, right? And it feels like a true stop. Yeah.
We're
so
right there
I
with you,
think-
Chilios. Don't worry.
Anyway,
We understand it.
so I'm seeing in the chat
Yes,
a request for
yeah,
Maxi
we scroll up.
Box.
Yeah, let's check out an Instagram page, and then also Orion as a 30-second game. If you wouldn't mind checking that out.
Well,
on page
so
4 or
so
5.
Conrad, here's what I'm gonna do.
Oh,
Here's what I'm gonna
are
do.
we gonna write this one down for next time?
I'm writing it down. Yes, both of these,
Orion.
because it's 7:44 p.m. my local time, and I still got a half-eaten dinner salad over here. I put it down because you got to get in here. We got to chill.
Right,
we got to chat
right.
with you guys. But I want to wrap it up for today with those things in mind. So we've got Instagram maxi.vox I'm putting that down, so we'll check those out tomorrow.
I've already got it written down. We got Orion's game popping up.
Okay.
We get some more folks. Voxel Thrasher saying, hey, we would love to see you do some critiquing here. It's Valentine's Day. Joe and Conrad, get that food in while it's hot. That's right. I'm gonna go say hi to my my lovely fiance as well, and we're gonna spend the rest of the evening together before she goes live on her stream. Because this is what she does for a living as well. And put all the caps up in this chat, everybody. Let's get hype as we close out. Joseph, I stole your lines here. Go ahead.
Did you steal anything? You don't get to
I did. You're closing it
steal
out.
What's already yours, sir. So I'm seeing in the chat right now. I got two people. Rock, you had a party after the stream yesterday. I didn't get a chance to raid, but I don't think I've ever raided Go West. And Go West 927 is currently streaming the Sandbox. They're building assets in VoxEdit right now. So if you'd like to see,
we're gonna see some good examples.
Well, actually, they're building in Magic Voxel currently. Now that I'm looking at it, but nonetheless, Voxel asset creation, it does tag with the Sandbox. So we're gonna raid Go West 927 today because this is their first time being live when we're closing out. So for those people joining us over on Twitch.tv, thank you for joining. I'm queuing up the raid right now. It's been a great morning, afternoon, or evening with you. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow with more of the same. Once again, we're exploring your assets, your art, and we're exploring your
Bring
games.
it on, guys. We want to see it all. Get in here to the Sand Fam. Let's check it out. And what do you got, Joe? What do you got?
Let's rock it out. Let's rock it out.
Oh, let's hear it. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you, Joe, for being here with me.
All right, Twitch.tv has moved over to Go West 927 over on Twitch. If you're watching over there on YouTube.com or Facebook.com or over on Twitter, check it out, Twitch.tv/Go West 927. This is who we're raiding here today. We'll raid you any day of the week. All you have to do is be streaming as we close out the show. Thank you so much again for joining us. It's been a lot of fun hanging out, learning some new things here, and exploring the metaverse with you. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Easter egg, what's up?
Stream, same time, same place. Thank you, Conrad, for partying with us. Conrad's rocking right now. All right.